Are your gams giving out on you every time you try to haul yourself up? Does it feel like that weakness is sneaking its way up your muscles, turning climbing the stairs into a daily grind? If you or someone you care about is going through this frustrating situation, you'll want to listen up, because I'm about to drop some knowledge. Your legs may be sending out an SOS, but today, everything can flip around. Just picture being able to strut your stuff with confidence again, hoisting yourself up without that embarrassing wobble, and feeling the strength pump back into your legs, day after day. This isn't some pipe dream. This is the honest-to-goodness reality that thousands of seniors are already living, all thanks to what I'm about to lay on you. The real deal doesn't involve pricey pills or complicated workout routines, but rather, it's hanging out right there in your kitchen. You heard it straight. 6 specific food items have been pinpointed that can seriously beef up leg strength, stability, and your overall ability to get around, even if you're pushing 70, 80, or beyond. One of my followers, a 73-year-old grandma from Ohio, couldn't even scoop up her 2-year-old grandkid because her legs were about to tap out. After just 8 weeks of working these miracle foods into her grub routine, she shot me a video of her cutting a rug with that same grandkid in her arms. Her message was something like, "I feel like I'm 20 again. My life's been handed back to me." Stories like hers aren't rare flukes. They're becoming par for the course among folks who stumble upon these boss nutritional secrets. And today, I'm gonna spill all the deets with you, absolutely free. But before we jump in, I'm curious where you're tuning in from. Toss your city into the comments down below. It's always a trip to see how far this crucial info is spreading. What if I clued you in that you could rebuild the muscle in your legs? With what's on your plate starting today, let's kick things off with the absolute MVP for leg strength: eggs. This first miracle food is something most of us have chilling in our fridges right now, yet not many cotton on to its crazy impact on aging muscles. Eggs are loaded with what scientists call complete protein, meaning they're packing all 9 essential amino acids that your body can't crank out on its own. As we rack up the years, our muscles get worse at using protein, which is why we need higher octane sources. A single egg serves up roughly 6 grams of this A+ protein, specially designed by Mother Nature to patch up and pump up muscle tissue. But here's what makes eggs truly miraculous for your legs specifically. They're one of the select few food sources of choline, a nutrient that makes sure there's clear communication between your brain and leg muscles. Think of choline as the switchboard operator, making sure all the calls go through loud and clear. When this connection is solid, your brain can effectively tell your legs exactly how and when to move, boosting coordination and dodging those nasty spills that land so many seniors in the hospital every year. Plus, egg yolks are packing vitamin D, which goes hand in glove with calcium to keep bone density solid. Picture building a house. Protein throws up the walls, but vitamin D and calcium lay the foundation. Without sturdy bones propping up your leg muscles, even the beefiest muscles won't keep you steady. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what about cholesterol? Let me put your mind at ease. Modern-day research has pretty much proven that for most folks, the cholesterol in eggs doesn't drastically affect blood cholesterol levels. Your liver actually churns out less cholesterol when you scarf down eggs, creating a balancing act. Even the American Heart Association has tweaked their advice to include eggs as part of a heart-healthy grub routine for most people. For the best results, shoot for 2 eggs daily, ideally in the morning. They can be hard-boiled, scrambled, or poached. Just lay off the excessive oil when you're whipping them up. If you're sweating the cholesterol levels, have a chat with your doctor, but know that most healthcare pros now see eggs as a nutritional goldmine rather than a health scare. Rolling on to our second miracle food, bananas. Now, you might be scratching your head, wondering what this everyday fruit has to do with leg strength, but the answer will knock your socks off. Bananas are loaded with a perfect trifecta of nutrients, specifically killer for leg muscles: potassium, magnesium, and carbs that digest like a dream. Potassium is arguably the most critical electrolyte for muscle function. When potassium levels tank, you'll instantly feel muscle weakness, cramping, and fatigue, symptoms that many seniors chalk up to getting old, when in reality, they're dealing with a shortage that's a piece of cake to fix. One wild case involved a lady from Florida who was getting slammed with severe leg cramps every night, messing with her sleep and making her scared to hoof it during the day for fear of sudden pain. After adding just one banana daily to her afternoon routine, her night cramps vanished completely within a week. 3 months later, she was back in the garden, an activity she had given up on 2 years prior. Magnesium, the second crucial ingredient in bananas, acts as nature's muscle chill pill. It keeps cramping at bay and lets muscles contract and release like they're supposed to, which is key for the rhythmic motion of walking. The easily digestible carbs give your leg muscles the juice they need for daily activities without causing blood sugar spikes that can mess with circulation to your limbs over time. To max out the benefits, snag bananas that have just a few brown spots. This means they've developed their full nutritional game while still being easy on the digestion. 1 medium banana daily, ideally in the afternoon when potassium levels tend to dip and make a serious difference. If you're finding this info helpful so far, smash that like button. It helps this vital info reach more folks who desperately need it, and it clues me in that you're craving more content like this. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to jump into our community of folks taking charge of their health naturally. Hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss another video that could flip your life around or the life of someone you cherish. Our third leg-strengthening boss is pumpkin seeds. These tiny green gems are arguably the most concentrated source of multiple minerals that are crucial for muscle strength. Just 1 handful packs significant amounts of zinc, magnesium, and most importantly, iron. Iron deficiency is shockingly common among seniors, yet it's rarely tied to leg weakness in your run-of-the-mill doctor's office. Here's why it matters. Iron is essential for shuttling oxygen to your muscles. Without enough oxygen, muscles can't crank out energy efficiently, leading to weakness, fatigue, and that heavy feeling in your legs by the end of the day. Pumpkin seeds are also loaded with unique plant compounds called cucurbitacins and lignans that fight inflammation, a silent saboteur of muscle strength as we age. Chronic inflammation breaks down muscle tissue faster than your body can rebuild it, creating a losing battle that shows up as progressive weakness, especially in the legs, which are carrying your body weight. The healthy fats in pumpkin seeds also boost the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins that are essential for muscle function. Think of these fats as the delivery service that makes sure nutrients get to where they need to go. For prime results, scarf down a small handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds daily. You can sprinkle them on salads, blend them into smoothies, or just munch on them as a convenient snack. If chewing is a struggle, consider pumpkin seed butter slathered on whole grain toast or stirred into oatmeal. Now, our fourth miracle food might throw you for a loop: bone broth. This old-school food has made a serious comeback in recent years, and for a killer reason, especially when it comes to beefing up aging legs. What makes bone broth different from your regular soup stock might be the key to rebuilding your leg strength after years of decline. Bone broth contains concentrated amounts of collagen, gelatin, glucosamine, and chondroitin, compounds that specifically target the connective tissues that hold your leg muscles, bones, and joints together. As we age, these connective tissues get weaker and fall apart, creating a perfect storm of instability. You might have beefy muscles and rock-solid bones, but if the hinges between them are worn down, your leg strength and stability are still gonna suffer. Authentic bone broth also packs glycine and proline, amino acids that help your body crank out its own collagen. This is crucial because after age 50, collagen production naturally dips by about 1% each year. By age 70, you're churning out way less of this vital protein that pretty much holds your body together. What makes bone broth especially effective for leg strength is that it serves up these nutrients in a form your body can easily absorb and use, even if your digestive system isn't as efficient as it once was. The long, slow, simmering process breaks down the nutrients into forms that require minimal digestive effort, allowing maximum absorption. For prime results, slurp down 1 cup of bone broth daily. Look for varieties that gel up when refrigerated. This means they're loaded with collagen. You can sip it like tea, use it as a base for soups, or swap it in for water when cooking grains, like rice or quinoa, for added nutrition. If you're making your own, simmer beef, chicken, or turkey bones for at least 12 hours with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to help pull out maximum nutrients. Our 5th miracle food for leg strength is dark leafy greens, kale in particular. While all leafy greens bring something to the table, kale stands alone when it comes to propping up leg muscle strength and function. Kale is loaded with an exceptional amount of vitamin K, which plays a crucial but often overlooked role in muscle strength. Vitamin K helps keep calcium levels in check in the body, making sure it heads to your bones where it's needed, rather than building up in arteries or soft tissues. This proper calcium distribution is essential for the muscle contractions that power every step you take. Beyond vitamin K, kale packs nitrates that your body turns into nitric oxide, a molecule that widens blood vessels and boosts circulation to your legs. A bunch of seniors deal with reduced circulation to their limbs, resulting in not just cold feet, but also starving leg muscles of the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay strong. What makes kale even more incredible is its impressive calcium content. Cup for cup, it's packing more calcium than milk, in a form that's super easy to absorb, especially for seniors who might have reduced stomach acid needed to soak up calcium from other sources. For those sweating digestion, here's a simple hack. Massage raw kale with a drizzle of olive oil and lemon juice for about 3 minutes before eating. This simple step breaks down the tough cell walls, making it easier to digest and boosting nutrient availability. Or, lightly steaming kale keeps most nutrients intact while making it easier on sensitive digestive systems. Set your sights on 1 cup of kale or other dark leafy greens daily. You can toss them into smoothies, sauté them as a side dish, or work them into soups and stews. If the taste is too intense, start with baby kale, which has a milder flavor while still delivering similar benefits. Now, let's chew the fat about our 6th and final miracle food for leg strength, sweet potatoes. This vibrant orange tuber offers unique perks that specifically target leg muscle performance and recovery. Sweet potatoes contain complex carbohydrates that serve up steady energy for your leg muscles without the blood sugar spikes and crashes that can come from processed junk. This consistent energy supply is especially key for keeping up strength throughout the day, dodging that mid-afternoon slump that makes falls more likely. The bright orange color comes from beta-carotene, which your body converts to vitamin A, ATHDD, crucial nutrient for muscle recovery and repair. When leg muscles are getting enough vitamin A, they bounce back faster from daily wear and tear, building strength progressively rather than getting more and more beat up. Sweet potatoes also pack potassium in amounts that rival bananas, but with less of a blood sugar hit, making them perfect for folks keeping an eye on their blood sugar. This potassium works hand in hand with the other minerals we've broken down to optimize muscle contractions and keep cramps at bay. For the best bang for your buck, enjoy a medium sweet potato 3 to 4 times a week. They can be baked, steamed, or roasted. Just steer clear of frying, which cuts down on nutrient availability and adds unhealthy fats. Leave the skin on when you can, because it's packing extra fiber that helps keep the absorption of nutrients steady for consistent energy. The combo of these 6 foods sets up a nutritional symphony specifically aimed at age-related leg weakness. But there's something just as important we need to get into that most health professionals completely overlook. Outside of what you eat, how you eat plays a critical role in nutrient absorption and use. One of the most overlooked angles of nutrition for seniors is proper chewing. As we age, a lot of us start chewing less thoroughly, whether it's because of dental issues, reduced jaw strength, or just wolfing down meals. This seemingly minor habit has major ripple effects for leg strength. When food isn't properly broken down by chewing, your digestive system scrambles to pull out the very nutrients we've been going over. Studies show that chewing each bite 20 to 30 times ramps up nutrient absorption by up to 30%. That's like getting 30% more mileage out of every bite of those 6 miracle foods. Another critical factor often missed in mainstream advice is vitamin B12 status. Up to 30% of people over 50 have a harder time absorbing this vital nutrient because of reduced stomach acid. Even a mild B12 deficiency can show up as leg weakness, balance problems, and the feeling of pins and needles that a lot of folks chalk up to just getting older. The miracle foods we've covered can help, especially eggs, which are packing B12. But a lot of seniors get a boost from sublingual B12 supplements that skip the digestive system altogether. If you're dealing with persistent leg weakness, despite changes in your diet, think about getting your B12 levels checked and talking about supplements with your healthcare provider. Just as key is gut health, which directly affects how well you soak up and use nutrients from these miracle foods. Years of medication, stress, and maybe less than ideal grub habits can throw off the delicate balance of bacteria in your digestive tract. Probiotic-rich foods like yogurt, kefir, and kimchi can help bring your gut back into balance, improving nutrient absorption and maximizing the benefits of those leg-strengthening foods. So there you have it, the 6 miracle foods for leg strength, plus the critical factors that can make or break their effectiveness. Remember, it's not just about what you eat, but how you eat, and whether your body can actually use the nutrients you're taking in. Before I wrap up, I want to give a shout-out to those of you who are already taking action on this info. Keep up the awesome work, and don't forget to share your successes in the comments below. Your stories can inspire others to take control of their health and reclaim their leg strength. And if you're looking for more ways to support this channel, consider hitting that super thanks button. It's a small way to show your appreciation and help us continue bringing you valuable content like this. Now, I'm curious, what's one small change you're committing to make this week to boost your leg strength? Drop your answer in the comments below, and let's hold each other accountable. Together, we can all walk stronger and live healthier lives. Remember, every step you take is a step toward a stronger, more vibrant you. Keep moving, keep nourishing your body, and keep believing in your ability to reclaim your leg strength. The best is yet to come. Imagine biting into a juicy, ripe peach on a hot summer day, the sweet juice running down your chin. That feeling of simple pleasure is akin to the joy of regaining lost leg strength and mobility. It's about reclaiming the small, everyday moments that make life worth living. The strength you crave isn't some unattainable dream. It's within reach, waiting for you to embrace it through the power of nutrition. Many folks, even those cruising past their 80th and 90th birthdays, have turned things around with these simple food strategies. One often overlooked aspect of keeping those legs strong is what we drink, or sometimes what we don't. Think of your body like a well-maintained classic car. It needs the right fluids to run smoothly. Even a little bit of dehydration can reduce the amount of blood flowing, limiting circulation to your legs, and starving those muscles of the oxygen they desperately need. This can cause immediate weakness, which many folks chalk up to getting older instead of just needing some good old H2O. Many seniors cut back on fluids to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom, which starts a vicious cycle of constant dehydration and weaker muscles. Aim for at least 8 8-ounce glasses of water every day, and even more if you're out there being active or living in a hot place like Arizona or Florida. If you're worried about needing to go all the time, try sipping water consistently throughout the day instead of chugging large amounts all at once. And speaking of things we consume, alcohol, while a fun part of happy hour for some, can throw a wrench into your muscle recovery and hydration. When you drink alcohol regularly, it messes with your sleep, which is when your muscles do most of their repairing. It also acts like a diuretic, which can lead to electrolyte imbalances that weaken your legs. Now, let's talk about what to avoid. Think of your body as a finely tuned engine. You wouldn't put cheap gas in a Ferrari, would you? Certain foods actively sabotage your leg strength by causing inflammation, messing with nutrient absorption, or cutting off circulation to your legs. Ultra-processed foods, loaded with artificial stuff, too much sugar, and those refined oils, create constant inflammation that attacks your muscle tissue. This is especially bad for leg muscles, which are already working hard to fight gravity and hold up your body weight. Too much sodium can also mess with the delicate electrolyte balance you need for proper muscle contractions, making leg weakness and cramping even worse. You don't have to cut it out completely, but being aware of hidden sodium in processed foods and using herbs and spices instead of salt when you're cooking can make a big difference. The miracle of these 6 foods isn't some overnight fix. It's their power to give your body exactly what it needs to start healing itself bit by bit. Your legs can get stronger, steadier, and more dependable, allowing you to get back to the activities and independence you thought were gone for good. Remember that these foods work best as part of a consistent, everyday eating plan, not just as something you add in once in a while. Your body responds to consistency, slowly rebuilding strength as it gets the necessary building blocks day after day. 1 week of eating great won't undo years of not-so-great choices, but consistent changes will lead to some amazing improvements over time. One thing that really deserves our attention when it comes to leg weakness is sarcopenia, that gradual loss of muscle mass that kicks into high gear after age 50. It used to be thought of as unavoidable, but now research is showing that you can slow it down big time or even reverse it with the right nutrition. The trick is to eat enough protein regularly throughout the day, instead of just slamming it all down in one huge meal. Your body can only use about 25 to 30 grams of protein for building muscle at one time. So, spreading out your protein-rich foods, like eggs and bone broth, throughout the day will give you way better results than eating them all at once. For some seniors, especially those who don't have much appetite or have trouble digesting things, high-quality protein supplements might be a good idea. Look for stuff with whey protein isolate or plant-based proteins that have complete amino acid profiles without a bunch of extra junk or sugars. Now, let's get real about those 6 miracle foods. Yogurt packed with live cultures, sauerkraut, or kefir can help bring back that balance, which dramatically improves how well your body pulls out and uses those leg-strengthening nutrients from everything you eat. Think about adding a small serving of fermented foods to your daily routine to really maximize your results. When you eat, your meals also matters a lot more than most folks realize. Eating at regular times helps keep your energy levels steady and gives your leg muscles a constant supply of nutrients. A lot of seniors get into the habit of skipping breakfast or barely eating anything until dinner, which accidentally creates an energy shortage when their legs need fuel the most. During those active daytime hours, try to eat something nutritious within an hour of waking up to get your metabolism going and give your muscles that initial boost. Then, aim for regular meals or healthy snacks every 3 to 4 hours throughout the day. This keeps your blood sugar stable and makes sure your leg muscles are getting a steady stream of nutrients so they can work their best. Now, to address some precautions and give you some alternatives if you've got specific health issues. While these 6 foods are great for most people, everyone's health is different, and you might need to make some adjustments. If your doctor has told you to watch your cholesterol and limit how many eggs you eat, egg whites give you a lot of the protein benefits without the cholesterol in the yolks. Or you could swap in plant-based protein sources like lentils or tofu. If you're diabetic and worried about the natural sugars in bananas, green bananas have less of an impact on your blood sugar while still giving you that potassium and resistant starch that's good for your gut. Another option is avocados, which have potassium without the sugar worries, although they do have slightly less. If you've got gallbladder issues, you might need to cut back on fats, including pumpkin seeds. If that's the case, stick to smaller portions, maybe just 1 tablespoon each day. Or try ground flax seeds as another source of healthy fats and anti-inflammatory stuff. For folks with gout, Bone broth might trigger flare-ups because of its purines. You could try vegetable broth with added collagen peptide supplements instead. It'll give you similar benefits without the purines that can make gout worse. If you've got a sensitive stomach and kale is too much for you, baby spinach is a gentler option that still has a lot of the same nutrients. Cooking your greens well also makes them easier to digest, while keeping most of the good stuff intact. Diabetics, who are worried about sweet potatoes, can go for purple varieties, which usually have less of an impact on blood sugar, or try butternut squash, which has similar beta-carotene, but less of an impact on blood sugar too. This info has helped thousands get their confidence and mobility back, and it can do the same for you. Remember, it's never too late to take care of your body the right way. I really believe this can change lives, and I'm all about sharing knowledge that helps seniors live life to the fullest. If this video has been helpful to you, please think about leaving a super thanks. Your financial support goes straight to making more content like this, which lets me do the research, develop, and share life-changing information with our growing community. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on future videos that could make a big difference in your health and how you feel. Share this with someone you care about who might be struggling with leg weakness. You could be giving them the gift of getting their mobility and independence back. May your journey to stronger legs start today, one nutritious meal at a time.